Good morning, fellow travelers on Spaceship Earth. It is I, and I am still Guy. And we don't have music right now because I'm still working on that. I am looking through here and trying to move over the film that was shot before. Let's see what happens. So, the ones that we shot before started at. The last one we had was 11:55. There's already a couple of thousand pictures of things that I have taken. You can be busy at work. I'll still be here, still doing my thing. Sort of. All right, coming up on 11:55. All right. Oh, a lot of work to get to 11:55. Then we have 2 pieces of brown paper to indicate that we're in a transition. Not bad. And we do 11:58 through now, which is 28:20. And we then man, 1,600 pictures I've taken since 4 days ago. That's a lot of pictures. I'm gonna cut them. No, never mind. I'm going to copy them and paste them. So I'm pasting them into, at this moment, 10 gigabytes of pictures. I'm pasting them onto the C drive. Copying it in now. Takes an inordinate amount of time to copy 9 gigs of photographs. So we'll all say, how you doing out there in the real world, more people? How's your morning going? Just taking more pictures and more pictures and more pictures. I want them off the chip before we deal with them. And we have to do some quick work to process the pictures that were shot yesterday. Waiting. Please hold. Tomorrow's an eclipse. I'll be in a class. actually going to check real quick to see when that is, come to think of it. It's going to be just after the start of class for me. And it's going to go until maximum at 10:36. Dang it. I'm going to be in class the entire time teaching. Can't even play hooky. That's sad. I will put it in the calendar though. So about this time tomorrow, the eclipse will start here. Solar maximum will be at 10:36. .12:06 is when it's over. Alrighty, we are almost done copying everything over. All right. Excellent. Now let's open up. So I have been doing some sorting here and trying to sort where things go. So moving over to the drawing monitor, I'm just trying to find a home for everything. There's a lot of stuff going a lot of different directions. I have the stuff to be sorted directory, and I'm going to go back over here, and I'm going to head out to that stuff to be sorted directory. And I'm going to, because there's a bunch of things in here. These are just various memories that have been captured over time. And so some of them are very cool, and some of them are kind of, well, that's a thing, but I'll save them anyway. But we have literally 3,000 items in here now. And I have already been pulling stuff out, trying to get stuff out of here. So there's already stuff that's been moved. But this is what we're working on today. And that's these guys. And we'll cut. We'll go back to the desktop. I have a work folder for this. And that says sunrise. Here's what we got. All right. What I need to do is get in here to sunrise. Which has a question mark beside it, which I'm not sure what that means totally, but okay. But they replaced all the floors with hardwood. So these entry room and stuff floors or pictures need to be redone. So it's really just going to be 1 through 6. And the big ones need to be redone. So let's take a look at what we got. I can replace this one and this one. I'm going to go through the kitchen and do the same thing. Here's that living room. I catch it from the same angle. I didn't, but that's okay. And what I'll do is I'll put these guys in here. Okay. Yes. Import them all. All right. The new pictures in showing the hardwood. These actually look cleaner as they are. It's kind of sad whenever I do that because I'm like, you didn't mean to make me mean. All the other ones had to be post-processed. This one's pretty solid. It needs a little bit of development, but it won't be that hard. I need to just do my basics that I usually do with these. Down the exposure, but because the highlights don't help any, they just blow it out. Looks grainy. Why is it so grainy? That's weird. It doesn't need much of a temperature adjust either. It looks a little washed out and grainy. What's going on? Maybe it's just this shot. Yeah, look at that. It is. It's super grainy. What's the story? That makes it easier. Just strange. They're grainy. I don't think I... Yeah, that one's not even... That one's not a keeper at all. That opened the room up quite substantially, though. Nate is right. The hardwoods in there made it look a whole lot bigger. I mean, Dad's lunch. I'm going to picture down this hallway. Quite a bit when we get to that point. This is a much more dramatic shot, but I've got the door jam in here, and I'm like, it's not what we want. What the? Why would you do that? Why would you zoom in? Nobody asked you to zoom in. It off-centered it. Why would you do that? When did the pace settings become? Okay, you know what? Guys will be being weird. I'll go with this. Yeah, you're seeing that, yeah? It's zooming in. Like it's cropping some of the picture. Well, maybe not. No, it's cropping some of the picture. What's going on? Why are you cropping the picture? It's so weird. It doesn't say it's cropping over here. You know what? That's fine. It does sort of need to be centered to a little bit to the right, though. I'm sitting there kind of looking at it going, nope. That's better. Oh, look at all that red that we just picked up. Just move that over a little bit and get that red into more of a brown. Oof. The only problem is that they're using mixed lights. I hate it when people use mixed lights. Because we've got a whole bunch of yellow and a whole bunch of blue. This feels still a little hot. I don't know how much I can cool it. See, even if I try a temperature, it just turns purple. Ugh. Why do people use mixed lights? What is it with you people? Don't use this. Wave off. Well, you can. Yeah, there's nothing I can do for it. I mean, I can, but it's be brutal. Not really worth the effort that I'd have to put into there. Yeah, see, it just wasn't good enough there. The HDR really tried to push something through. This actually turned out pretty nice. So somewhere in all of this that I have made a mess of, which is the next project, is we're going to have to clean that up. Somewhere in all of that is like the head to the tripod head. And so it's one of those things where it's kind of like somewhere out there in the vast emptiness of this, well, the vast messiness of this room is the head to my tripod. And that's a bummer. We'll keep that one. You know what? Let's go back through and see if we can get something red down. Mm-mm. We're not going to be able to do it this way because I've already set up something somewhere else that didn't do this the right way. Gotcha. I already retired all of these. I guess I have. All right, 8017 sunrise. Here's where we are dealing with stuff. We need to replace 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I noticed 4. This guy needs to be replaced 2. That's the entry. And we're replacing 1 because we didn't like that original picture. All right, so let's start doing this stuff. First things first, previous import. We're going to replace that picture with... This picture is not as good. I feel like the picture on the other side of the house is better. But I wanted to make sure I didn't catch myself in the freaking picture. All right, that looks good. I mean, these are acceptable. I don't know. That looks better. Maybe it looks better now. Didn't look so good before. Whenever I was looking at it, I was like, "Meh." All right. I'm thinking I like that picture better than our original on this guy. Because the original looks like this, which was fine, but that yard looked dying. Looked hurt, burnt, or dead. All right, so we're going to go through here. And we're going to just real quickly develop this picture up. We want this one. This one's probably better. This one. Far away. No. Middle one's the charm. All right, let's take a look at which ones we're replacing. We're replacing, you know what? I need a notepad for this. Four billion pieces of paper in this office, and I can't find a piece of scrap paper. Saved my life. Number 1. Outside. All right. Twenty is the kitchen. And that's it. All right. A couple of these. All right. So we now know that this is number 1. We need to do number 1 here. And we don't need to worry about this house again till number 2. We got the 2 that's the entryway. So which one will replace the entryway? 20 could replace the entryway. And then 11, 12, 13, and 14. These are all just going to be you. And do you look bland? You look bland. 12. We're okay with this one. Okay with this one. 12, 13. I'll pick another one. If we can't come up with another one, we'll see. And maybe I'll do this one instead because I wanted to get a highlight on that. On you. So before we do that, though, let's get you developed properly. All right. So count those, the 4 that are in the main room. We need to do the reshoot through the kitchen. It just seems still crooked. Why is it crooked? Yeah. It still looks fuzzy and blurry. It's right here. Right? I don't know. So that red out. Oof. It seemed grainy. I don't know why that one's seeming so grainy. Okay, we need the one from the kitchen, which is here. This one's fine. Straight up as it is. And then we need 2 from the dining room. This guy right here. This guy right here. Total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And replacement out there. Okay, let's go to the quick collection on this one. Hang on. This is one of those. There's got to be a way to remove all of the things from the collection. There just isn't. All right. These are my replacements. Export. We're going to go into a specific subfolder. I'm going to scratch my chin. That's an important thing. I'm actually going to put it out on this drive because we've already retired this. So it has to be out in my retired work. Oh, for crying out loud. Meh. I'm off by 2 houses. Now we're going to do this. Okay. So this is X1, and this is X2, which replaces that. X3 does not replace that, but that's all right. 11, 12, 13, 14. And that row places 20. And these two replace 21 and 22. Okay. So Now we make a new folder because I never delete something without take 1, 2, pull them out. Why did 9 get replaced? It didn't. Yeah, this works perfectly. One, 2, then 12, 11, and 12. Oh, for crying out loud. How did you mess this up so badly? $11, $12, $13, and $14. And $20, $21, and $22. All right. There we go. And it's totally fine, dude. Do what you need to do. I'm doing this, which, is about as much fun as doing that. Well, actually, no. I say that, then I'm like, nah, actually, it's kind of fun. I can't lie. It is kind of fun. There. Weird. Anyway. Why aren't you? You know what? Okay, that was weird. But I'll take it. Okay, the ones we're replacing are you, you, and you. And then you, and you. All right, give it a second for it to upload to the OneDrive. Please, OneDrive, please work for me today. That's what I need to see. Little green dots. Thank you, OneDrive. One more. Do it and you're cool. There we go. All right. Now, I'll close out Lightroom. We don't need that anymore. And since we're here, might as well start the next piece on this. Wow. All right. We don't need that one anymore. We do need that one. We're going to close this one, though, because it is much better to sort stuff when I have open zones. All of this. These are all digests. So I will go back through all of them. We are at the beginning of that. Oh, that wasn't what I wanted to do. Open a new window. Once, for whatever reason, 11 really has a problem with opening a new tab versus opening a new window. It's like, well, okay, but and of course it's unselected everything. Over here, we have digests. And I need to make sure that when I do this, I hit shift to move them. Because no matter what, these guys aren't part of our problem child anyway. Out here also I have a folder that is guy art. And this includes novels, right? And the reason I'm going to do this is because we have a folder now called 1989, A New Dawn, which we just took pictures of. If I can find the big clumps of things, right, because we just took a picture of all of that. They're right here in the core piece here, of course, because it's, I don't know if you've noticed, but it flipped itself back around. And everything, it's hard to remember exactly what I was doing at the time. Which episode of For All Mankind was I on when I did all of these? All right, here we are trying to figure out what goes where, when, and how. There's some of my early artwork in early math. That's kiddo's early artwork in early math. All together at the same time. The Mason Telly Field. Did these distort or? Feel kind of like it. Oh, those were printed on printer paper, weren't they? That's right. I remember that. So that actually is supposed to be that way. There's some rhyme or reason to all of this, but not a lot. There's a lot of Mom's Bible school stuff when she went on mission. When I'm out hunting for my novel, which should be an ocean of typewritten pages in here. Some yellow pages and some white pages. So depending on what spare paper we had around is what I typed on. So there. So in my art, why did this piece get chewed on? What's going on down there? Mom's notes. See, a lot of this is one unit or a block. So even though it seems daunting and huge, it's not going to be that bad. And this is it. Oh, hey, that's also useful. Now, for the most part, all of these things were in groups that were big enough for me to decipher, right? So, like, this is fall of 1986. So this makes it easy to put into the family pictures. That was in the 1980s. Then we have 1986. Hang on real quick. Sorry about that, guys. Kind of need to take that picture. Or take that picture. Take that call. Could be take that picture. Which spiral notebook is this? Huh? Maybe I could just call it notebooks. Like that. And then I can dump this one in there too. I wish it wouldn't jump around like that. I can't find anything once it does that. This is another spiral. BPI students, that's 12. And this is another huge chunk that just goes away. And this is Mom at Houston Baptist. Which explains why she was doing so much Baptist work. This had dust on it, so I went ahead and just screwed it up and blew it out. So, Mom was at Houston Baptist when? Let's see if there's any clue in here as to about what year. Yeah. '67. So January of '67. So back here, we'll go back to the 1960s. We'll go to 1967. And then we will say new folder. 1967, 1, not 11, 1, Donna at Houston Baptist Spiral Notebook. There we go. We'll go through here, and all of this is that same notebook. It goes all the way to maybe here, definitely, because that's all the notebook. Right? And then it reorganizes so I can't find anything. Dear home. Oh, man. We'll try and answer your letter received today. I will start out by saying 2 would not give Mr. George I would not give Mr. George $60 per acre for that price of land with all that mineral rights with it. It would be fair if you knew you could leave, or you could base. What? Lease. Oh, lease. I heard about Mrs. Hicks dying For a while, they had some flu around the civilian. Oh, too bad about Mrs. Hicks dying. For a while, they had some flu around the civilian population. Very few soldiers were sick. Not too bad. Not too bad. Who doesn't help? He's not using real, like, comfortable English. Jeez, man. And this is my great granduncle here. If you're wondering, who are we talking about? This you, right? The hard part's that it's difficult enough to read as usual, but it's harder when there we go. Dear home, I have been thinking some about the statement you made about a week ago. Content I contained the statement something like, all right, okay, you know what? I'm not reading Robert's letters right now. He's just confusing the hell out of me. All right, here's the Dartmouth Dispatch. It's kind of cool. This is from Dartmouth Elementary. When I was there, I don't know, in 78, maybe? In January. But we kept it, obviously, because at the time it was one of those things where we needed to, know where, we need to know all the people. All right. Love is all A's on your report card. Oh, there you go. Love is you and me. Love is thinking of others. I don't think I was ever on the effort honor roll. I mean, I doubt seriously I'm on any of these because I was in room A2. And there's no way. There's no way in there. Man, there's no way. All right. I was not an honor roll kid. That was not my claim to fame. ADD does some seriously lousy crap to you, and one of them is not making it so you can get onto the honor rolls. Hey, did you know that this month is African American History Month? This is like the 70s, just so that people can whine about it now, but it was always that way, right? When was this? January 2005. Where was I going? From Denver. Why did I keep this? I was on Alaska. From Denver to Alaska. I didn't go to Alaska. I've never been to Alaska. That's me, though. I mean, I'm just saying. And definitely me. I have no earthly idea when I went to when I went to Alaska. So I assume this is actually me being on a plane from. Yeah, there we go. All right, so that's nothing in this set. So, kind of look around. Maybe I could find some more of that stuff that was from Mom's Bible study and stuff like that, because that'd all be in the same folder. That's her notes from 1970. This is all my art. My art. Who knew that old Alligator Creek was a flood map, huh? I'll be darned. Wish it did a better job of like laying out things. It just threw stuff on there. Boy, that guy was just, man. Only because it would have been nice to have sort of a layout of that house. And we're off to the next problem. Okay. All right. Still looking for Mom's Baptist stuff. That all goes in the same. That all goes in the same place. This will be interesting because we have yet to actually determine when Mom was in school. Mom was in college for a long time. And it's interesting because I don't know. I mean, as far as I knew, Mom didn't have a degree. And mom didn't have a degree because she got pregnant in the last year of school or something. And they had to, this was in the, she was at a party and she didn't remember who it was and she didn't know who she had sex with and she got pregnant. And it was in the late 60s in the Bible Belt. So she had to go get an abortion in Mexico, which damaged her pretty badly to the point where they didn't think she was ever going to have children ever again. And that was kind of sad, naturally, but that was the nature of the world back then. That's why it always cracks me up that people don't think we'll repeat that. We'll repeat that. It's only a matter of time. We'll figure it out. All right. All of this belongs to their wedding and their... This is 85, 86. Okay, I'm clearly just hopping all over the place. I might as well start dumping things in the right place. Well, maybe it's 6. Because this one goes all the way to here and has a lot of racetracks and things. Because I had... Why would you... Man, sometimes you just really have a problem with these things, don't you? There we go. All right. My sister in the newspaper, she was protecting Carrie's wife or something. So, and apparently Carrie's wife said something that the press loved. So her picture ended up everywhere. Cough Up Dice. Conclave of Games. That's Project Teal. Oh my gosh. These are star information. Don't look, Brent. Don't look. It's star maps. Or at least the start of star maps. Oof. If you are listening to this, use the website. RSS feed, social media podcasts. DCC 2016. That tells me exactly where it needs to be, and that's not here. It's 16. So this was when... ...2004. This is the problem with this, is it's just so... There's so many places it could go. On July 27th. No, that's all good, man. I'm just saying, we're doing star map stuff, so you don't want to see it anyway. Who knows what kind of trouble we're causing? There's Spiral. Spring, fall of 88. This is at least back in the 80s. Ooh. There we go. And this guy goes all the way to here. And that may be the same one over here. I don't know. There's some early work in this one. Look at that. It's actually not a bad Valkyrie. I mean, considering. There's an ogre in there. All right. This place is at an 80, which makes some sense. Which means you here. All right. That's 2 down. Those horrible spiral. Oh, they're not horrible. I don't know why I said horrible. They're not horrible at all. But this is just from some newer things. Right, I mean, like, this is the registry to whom? Oh, it's to the brown Jetta. What a sweetheart. That was a good car. I think it's interesting. I've got the National MRO, certificate and award. No, it's Tyler. Certificate and award thing at one point in time for whatever it was I was doing. This probably. Oh. All right, let's take a look at this. Presents its 40th Founders Day. This is all from that Beta Eta Homecoming, whatever. Beta Sigma Phi. Okay, so let's go back to the 70s. Let's fix this because there's going to be a lot of this in this one. All right, like this is even more of this Beta Sigma Phi notes that she's done. All right. I'm just going to put them all in here. It'll help us figure out what's going on because this all belongs to the same thing. Yeah, totally about already all these things. Like, there's got to be a faster way to do trim and rotation and stuff. Got 10 minutes left, and then we're going to head out. Right, because she's got all these founder stuff going on for the. She was doing so much stuff for her sorority, Mrs. My grandmother, right at the very top of this. And this, and I'm not sure what this is, but this may not be October. Right? Hell, not. This is Mom's notes. Mom went to New Orleans and took notes. That's kind of cute. I think Dad took pictures, so Mom's notes might match Dad's pictures, which whew, that would be wild. And I would be like, "Hey, check it." Okay. So these are all Mom's notes. Let's get all of the stuff that belongs to Beta Sigma Pi or Phi or whatever into the Beta Sigma Phi notes. Is this a picture from that? I feel like that is. This looks like Mom. That is Mom. So all of these are part of something that happened in 71 where they went to Louisiana. Right? So these are all pictures of Louisiana. These are all pictures from Louisiana from different spots, like Belle Chase and things like that. These are also pictures of Louisiana. And now I'm like, do these notes fit? Wouldn't that be cool? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to just take these like they are here. Just move them to here. I think she took notes while Dad was taking pictures because they all seem to be in the same spot. Which would legitimately kick butt. And this looks like NASA trip stuff. We're at Norma. At least I know where that is, though. Right, because here's the NASA trip. So I'll take you and you. That's some of the itinerary on the NASA trip. Some of the itinerary. That's funny. So these are all Student Summer Missions Guide 66. All right. There's what we're looking for right there. Mom had a bunch of stuff where she was on a mission in 66. Because this plausibly this. No, that's this down here is mission work. Some of these are love notes to my mom. That is really creepy. I'm just saying, people. Also, too. All right, got about 2 minutes left, and then we're going to call it. At long last, I's here. Why haven't I written? I'm not exactly sure, but at any rate, here's a letter now. The Ford has been. Oh, the Lord. Well, Ford might be the same thing for all we know. The Lord or Ford, anything can happen. Hoping that I've got enough of these things to tell. Wow, somebody kissed a lot there. 1965, so this is before that. Mom's in Nacogdoches, 65. I feel like there might be something going on here that I can see and understand. Probably has something to do. This is all per Wisconsin trip. I don't think this part of it though. Yeah, Madison, Wisconsin. So yeah, that's part of this. Okay, so here's part of it. This is probably part of it. Is life worth living, people? I think all of these are part of it. Baptist young people. 5,985 people can't be wrong. I don't know if that's, a solid number. I mean, do you have something that kind of backs that up, or what do we got going on here? All right. All of this is also part of her mission. Somewhere, it's really cute. There's a letter from my mom that says something like, I got on a jet for the first time today, and boy, when these things, they mean business. It's just so cute. Because I just imagine my 20-something mom sitting on the plane. She's only ridden in propellered planes for a while, and that jet just leans you back in the seat, and you're like, well, here I am. You're like, I just imagine her just like, well, that's a thing. This is a thing. This is a thing that really happened. Hey, yeah. These all belong in the same thing. I misspelled beauty pageant. That's cute. This is Miss Conroe's candidate. Oh, hey. Has just completed her junior year at Stephen F. Austin. Okay. First 2 years she had completed her first 2 years of college at Houston Baptist and transferred to SVA in order to do her major in psychology. She's chosen sociology and speech as secondary majors because my mother, of course, had to triple major. I'm just saying, my mom made me look bad. I'm just going to complain right now about this. Just saying, I put my foot down right now. She made me look bad. Big Sandy Camp. This is in McGregor, Minnesota. I don't know what that is. When is this Big Sandy Camp? 1966. But when? June 27th. All right. We'll do that too. We'll put that in here. 1966, June 27th. Baptist Camp in Minnesota. Not sure what Baptist camp this was, but we'll figure it out over time. We got time. I don't think that's part of it. Well, I guess it is part of it. How is your Baptist IQ? Yeah, that sounds bad to me for already. Oh my goodness, we've got lots of X's here and checks, and oh my gosh, holy crap! And kisses. Location. There's a school certificate. Okay. This is Mobile to Milwaukee. That's Wisconsin. So we're in the Wisconsin one. So this is Milwaukee. And this is where that was at that time. I've probably got pictures from this, but not that one. What's this? Sunday school department. Man, Mom was really invested in Sunday school, wasn't she? Holy Moses. Final expenses, summer and travel expenses. Yeah. I know. I gotta get moving. Move all this to here. It may be not exactly in the right place. We'll have to see. City council. That's my grandmother. There was a lot of stuff going on. It's fascinating to me later on looking at this. How much my grandmother, commencement, Sam Houston State. That's Dad. That's Dad getting his bachelor's. Good old Dad. Good old bad old Dad. Don't really need this one. Boy, when these things get ready to take off, they really mean business. Just finished a great breakfast. Haven't even landed in Dallas yet. This is my mom at Hobby. So whatever happened leaving for Wisconsin, she left for Wisconsin on the 12th. So I'm going to go on ahead and back out of here and put the 12th on here because this happens before that. So 1966 was a wild year for my mom. This is Dad sending a letter to Mom from the Army, which is kind of cute. But I mean, all this stuff is happening. So here's my dad in that summer of 66, right? In the Black Sea, off the coast of Sinop, Turkey, right? Here's my mom in 1966 as Miss Conroe. You know what I mean? Like, it's like a thing. Stuff going on. Meanwhile, here's Stapleton in 1966 for reasons. I just put it in here because I like to somehow tell this story of what happened in Denver. Because I'm from Colorado. Like, all of this happens in a world that I only partially know. I mean, it's like kind of funny how that's the case. Anyway, I'm going to get going because there's lunch to be had, and this can all be sorted later. Thank you all for joining me today. I appreciate you for being here and participating in part of my life and history as I start sorting it out in here. It's kind of funny trying to put together what my mom and dad were doing in the 60s because that's fascinating because my mom was not a Baptist. Like, not saying she wasn't a Baptist. I'm just saying that wasn't where her heart was when I knew her growing up. So it's fascinating watching her be an actual Baptist and do the mission work and all of that stuff. And this was all something that fascinated her at the time. That's cool. So anyway, I'm leaving. I'll talk to y'all later. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend, and I will see you on Sunday night. And as always, keep your eyes on the stars. Goodbye.